A worldwide pandemic is not exactly the best time to be starting an added thing to your schedule that you're not getting paid for.
Yeah.
It's not exactly the right time to add something else to your plate. So if somebody's just stumbling, last couple weeks, months, whatever, just now stumbling upon the podcast, they've heard a couple interviews, a couple of roundtables, they kind of get it. Tyler, what is our podcast? We read a little bit about it, but what is our podcast about? Why did we want to start this thing? Tell the new listeners the story about how this all went down.
Yeah, little history is a little over, I guess, a year and 3 or 4 months ago. The three of us, we all work together. We're all really good buddies. Just realized that, yes, we love our job, our day job, and doing that. But there was just something missing, the conversation piece. And each of us were living individually, and especially as a male in their 30s or 60s, in Darren's case. What happens is you become
the old jokes will never get old.
Never.
They're done. See, and I'm not sensitive to them.
The challenge. I'm just gonna keep breezing through. There's a skill in delivering jokes. You just subtly just let them keep going. But men especially, and women are so much better at this than men. But you tend to lose community. You tend to lose those people that you can have conversations with. And the three of us were individually going through things personally, whether it's a transition or growing your business or growing your family. All of us were in very similar stages, but in different places. And we just recognized that, hey man, like the conversations we have at lunch when we walk out of our office and talk, like these are things that like I think people can relate with. And we can have those. And with the relationships of all three of us in the community, we can bring on people that people can relate with and give advice or, hey, they went through this. And so we came together and obviously Darren's got so much on his plate. So Ben and I, we just had a conversation like, could we do something with this? Ben is a big podcast guy and listen to a bunch. I was sparingly here and there, didn't really understand it. But Ben was like, dude, I really think that we could sit down and we could have these conversations that really could add value to people. And yes, like we're chasing this business from a monetary standpoint and a success for our family, but really like our purpose, like, are we making an impact in lives? And I think that this is an avenue in getting a podcast. And really our first conversation is like, dude, like we're sitting in front of a campfire, like having just real conversations about life. And that was kind of the genesis, and we kept kind of just spitballing it around a little bit, and then we brought it to Darren, and I think our first expectation was Darren was like, hell no, like not another thing. I just got out of media for exactly this. I don't want to put it back on. But as we and Ben really kind of mapped it out, and that's what, Ben has been such a huge value to this podcast. And it's like, okay, look, we can talk about it. And I'm an idea guy, right? I just love talking about stuff. Whereas Ben's like, okay, no, like here's the outline. Here's what it can look like. Here's what we can actually accomplish. These are the tangible benefits that we can actually see from this. And then not to mention like, hey, this could be a really just cool project, like overall. And Darren was like slowly came on board. And I think even reluctantly did the first couple episodes. And it was like, okay, yeah, let's do this. This was pre-COVID, and we were doing them down in the Cowboys podcast studio. And then you could just see something click with Darren. There was a point, like episode 2, 3, or 4, where he was just like, I get it. Like, I finally get it. And since then, we've been molding, crafting, adjusting, like you said, winging it here and there. But ultimately, like you said, creating a platform that encourages freedom, but really it just encourages people. Life is difficult, no matter what background you come from, whether you come from a highly successful upper middle class family, or you come from the streets in South Central LA. Like, life is really hard and it's different. Everybody deals with things differently. We want to be a platform that encourages you to push through, that you are worth success. However little you think of yourself, however little you think you're capable of, we want to tell you, no, you're wrong. You can accomplish anything that you want. And listen to these people that we've had. Andy Frisella living on a mattress for $10,000 over a 6-year period. I mean, like, you can do it. It does take work, but Also, we want to maybe lay some stepping stones out for you to follow, like very simple, applicable resources for you.